something for me. So I was like, sure, here you go. So it was kind of a pen on a napkin type of deal starting off. And so I said, hey, why not try it? You know, we're young enough right now. If it doesn't work out, we can always go back corporate. We got our degrees and whatnot. So it's like, hey,
here you are, this beautiful location.
I know, right?
Yeah, I think you did some work for the Texans, like Andre Johnson and all of them to get started. That was awesome.
Absolutely, man. So
well, show me, what's your favorite thing about this restaurant?
Man, so my favorite thing about this restaurant is actually the wall right here. So this wall actually is kind of a whole thing with Houston and some of the neighboring businesses that are both in business and out of business, and schools that my family and I went to and whatnot. And if you can't really see it, but in the backdrop of this, the backdrop is actually a plaque of the neighborhood, of this particular neighborhood, in the backdrop of that.
Very nice.
Which is a kind of HCAD type kind of thing. And so when we put that up, it was really something just to represent Houston, because when we started, we were kind of the up and coming kind of person in the craft barbecue kind of deal. So once that happened, you know, like you start to see, you know, probably a barbecue place open up every month.
Everywhere, yeah.
And so,
you were the pioneer.
So it's funny to say that. It's like after 10 years, we kind of feel like the old people in the game, you know. And I'm sure the other folks like Mr. Burns and all the other folks, you know, they've been around for a long time. But man, it's been really good. It's been a great ride.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Well, we were going to see the smokers, but since we're a little behind schedule, I say let's get to the cooking.
Let's do it.
That sound good?
Let's do it.
I know we got some hungry kids at home that want to get down to it. So I kind of sent out an ingredients list, and I saw it. I was like, man, is this like hieroglyphics? I can't read this. I said, man, maybe we just make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and cut jokes for an hour.
Hey, that would have worked too.
I was like, one guy was like, man, I just spent $150 at HEB. I said, well, what kind of steaks did you get, man?
Man, it's crazy. So once you get into the whole food scene, you really start to kind of understand different types of foods, different grades of foods and whatnot. And so you can be really basic, or you can go super intricate. So we wanted to stay with something that was pretty basic today. Yeah. But also has a little kick to it.
Okay.
And whatnot.
So what are these?
So these are going to be our russet potatoes.
Okay. All right. So that was a joke. I knew what those were. Okay.
Oh, my bad.
Come along.
Keep
up, Greg. Come on, Greg.
So nice. So what we have here is we got our potatoes, and we're going to do these first because it's actually a little bit of a process when we fry them fresh. You just out of the freezer bag, and then we're going to drop them in the grease. So
get your potatoes at home. All right.
All right. Everybody got their potatoes ready?
Yep.
Make sure you wash them down a little bit. We've already washed ours, so take them to the sink. Wash them up real good, dry them up, and then we'll be ready. To start.
You got to wash off the coronavirus.
Wash it off. Wash it off. Wash that Rona off. Nice. So what we want to do here, we want to turn this into a rectangular cylinder. So we're going to cut the ends off. Ends off there. Boom. Then we'll slice an edge off. There. And then we'll slice another edge off here. So that thing is going to sit flat for us.
So that's easier to cut.
Yes.
So I've been cutting wobbly potatoes my whole life.
Yeah, man, don't do
that. No wonder I got scars on my hands.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
This is the last time I ever cut a wobbly potato.
All right, and so we want to cut this about 1/4 inch thick. Flat, just like that.
Okay.
You see your thickness there?
It's like a pickle.
Like a nice French fry. And so we're going to keep going down the line. Hurry up, put your apron on, man. You always last one to get dressed back in the day. Good night.
I got to make sure I protect this, this clothes I bought at Target.
We always knew you were extra fly.
Yeah. I'm going to make sure I came prepared, so I got my hairnet as well. You know, I'm a real sanitary guy, Greg, and I was thinking about it that a hairnet has holes.
Right.
What falls through holes? Hair. Thank you, Michelle.
Hair.
A shower cap, nothing's getting through this bad boy, okay? So this will be a hair-free recipe.
Nobody but him would do this. Nobody but him.
You know what? That should be like something you should trademark, a hair-free recipe. Hey, just saying, it rhymes. It's kind of catchy.
I like that. I like that.
I don't know how far that would go versus like local or something.
All right, so for viewers at home, are they like they're following along? Like
yes.
So they're going to be cutting these very thin, or about that thick?
You can cut them as thick as you want or as thin as you want. Cut it to your liking there.
Yeah, so making fresh cut French fries, basically.
Yes. Boom. So we're just going to keep slicing those up.
Keep slicing them down in wedges.
Slicing those up. I'm going to take
now,
this
I like mine like a little thin. I like mine a little crispy. You know, those ones get real thick, you know, they get a little tough once they come out.
Watch this, man.
I like those thin tips, the thin burnt tips, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. So we got a little process that's gonna make sure these are nice and crispy for you. So with a potato, you know you got a lot of starch in it, right?
Yeah,
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these and sit them in some water. What's gonna happen is that water is gonna pull some of that starch and stuff out.
So just regular, just tap water?
Yeah, just regular tap water. So you mind that bowl right up? Boom. Right on time.
All right, so get you a big bowl.
Yep.
Put the potatoes in them.
Right there, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna
Keep
knock
going.
this other set out. Boom.
Yeah, so if you have a partner at home, they can be cutting the other one, right?
Right.
Make this go a little faster. I know
Never-
Greg's going quick here.
Boom.
I mean, you look like a sous chef over here with that thing.
Hey,
That's
man.
one sharp knife.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I found out about Parmesan?
What's that?
You don't spell Parmesan with an I.
No, you don't.
Because when I typed up the recipe to send to my team, I was like, why is it telling me Parmesan spelled wrong? I thought it was S-I-A-N, like artesian, Parmesan.
Hey, everybody at Rice, they taught us some stuff. It just may not have been Parmesan, all right?
They did. So I now will make sure I never spell Parmesan with an I. Nobody ever told me. You would think I learned that along the way.
Hey,
You would think a rice degree would teach me how to spell
we
Parmesan.
weren't even eating Parmesan back then.
No,
we
I'm
were
telling
just
you. I think the rice degree is a little diluted these days.
Diluted?
I mean, you saw some of the characters that graduated.
Hey, we had a nice class,
I'm like,
man.
maybe that was a charity case.
had a nice-
They were trying to check some box. We got to graduate somebody that meets this
Somebody's gotta get in
personality or classification. I don't know.
Oh, man.
I got a few friends that come to mind. I won't say their names on TV for fear of embarrassment.
Hey, I'm sure they'll be fine with it.
Yep. So we're still.
Everybody likes a little plug.
Yeah. All right. So we're still cutting these things into squares.
Yep.
And
This is the last one here. Be
All
done
right.
with this in a second. Boom.
so they're looking like this at home.
You got a jump bowl for me? You got a jump bowl for me? I was going to use those later. All right. So
No.
these little pieces right here that you cut off the edge, you could actually take those and put them in the refrigerator overnight, and in the morning make you some home fries with them, like some potatoes, like.
What do you mean home fries?
Hash brown.
Like
Hash brown.
Yeah, man.
Hey, it's called hash browns, okay? In my home fries. In my house, it's hash browns. You say home fries, man, it's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, all right. So home fries or hash browns.
Yeah. So
All
try
right.
to never throw anything away if you can, you know, because
What about the gristle? The gristle on the meat, you throw that
you
away?
eat that too, man.
You eat that?
Yeah, man.
Do you eat that or does your dog eat that?
No, I eat that.
Really?
Man. Yeah, you take it and you just.
Oh, come
If
on.
you cook it right, it's real tasty.
No, all right.
Yeah, man.
That's where you lost me, Greg. That's where you lost me. We can't be cooking in gristle up in here.
Ask your dad about that, man.
Yeah, he would know all about it.
Shoot.
So we're looking like this, about this long.
Yep.
Do they need to be soaking in water now or do that later?
No, so Michelle's gonna actually run the water on that, and then dump those into your fridge.
This?
Yep.
All right, so fill, how much with water?
Just over the top.
Over
Cover the
top?
top with it. Yep.
All right.
then you
Joel
got
Joel Richardson, you can do that with tap water. You don't have to have bottled water, okay? You don't need that spring water they ship in from, was it Fiji? You don't need Fiji water. You just use regular tap water.
So nice. So once Michelle finishes that, she's gonna put that in the fridge right there. At
All right.
home, put those in the refrigerator. Just let them sit there. And what that's doing is that's pulling the starch out of the potato. It's gonna finish off the rest of the stuff. Finish off the rest of that when we cook them, so they're nice and crispy. All right.
Does that make it healthier?
No.
Oh,
No
okay.
healthier.
Well, you say you're pulling starch out. I'm trying to reduce starch in my diet. So if you're reducing starch, you know,
I don't know why you guys do that.
I might just get shaken.
So next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna start prepping for our mayo. So we're gonna make a
Homemade mayo.
All right.
All right.
So we got our
So
eggs
four
here.
four eggs or
4
just
eggs.
okay?
Yeah. So we're
Now,
gonna.
are you making this for like 20 people or just me and you?
There's like 6 of us.
Six. Okay, 6 total.
Yeah.
So this is for
And they
6
can- and they
people.
can keep this.
If you want to, yeah, or if you, yeah,
Got it?
you can narrow it down if you need to. So we're gonna crack the egg. Are you leaving the yolk in that?
Yeah. So we want the yolk. We're just gonna let the whites out into a little side
okay.
bowl right here. See the whites right there. You're all healthy, so you can have egg whites.
Hey,
right
I
there,
eat,
all right?
you know, I can't even eat eggs anymore.
Really?
I'm egg free and gluten free. My whole life I thought you were just supposed to feel terrible after every meal. Turns out I can't eat eggs or gluten.
You serious, man?
I'm serious as a heart attack. I actually brought my own gluten-free
Get outta
bread.
here.
If you're gluten-free
I
at
saw
home,
that. I just
yes.
didn't know.
Hey, I came prepared. If you're gluten-free at home, the Shar ciabatta, and it's not. I know you probably think it's spelled ciabatta. It's ciabatta.
Yeah. Yeah.
HEB. This is my favorite type of gluten.
Nice. Got 2. Hope you guys are following along with this.
Yeah, we're just cracking egg. I think everybody at home can do this.
I hope so.
I mean, I think even the worst chef in the world could probably crack some eggs.
Have you seen worst chefs in America?
I have not.
Man, that's so on the Food Network. It's pretty crazy. They're like, what do I do with this? So, yeah. Man.
One time I was at one of those hibachi places where the chef cooks in front of you, you know,
Right,
like Chinese
right.
place. And my daughter was like 3 years old, and he handed the egg, and he was like gonna have her throw it to him. He's gonna catch it in the spatula.
Yeah.
And he said, throw it. Well, you know, a 3-year-old's literal.
Yeah.
So she smacked the egg across him and splattered it all on him. I guess the last time you ever did that.
That was great. Did you laugh or did you like, what are you doing?
Oh no, I high-fived her. I thought it was hilarious. Come on, you know me, Greg. I like to laugh and tear it up.
Oh man.
Yeah. Does cooking ever get old, Greg?
It doesn't.
It
I
doesn't?
love to eat, man.
Okay.
I love to eat.
So will you look in the camera and tell my wife, cooking does not get old, okay?
Cooking does not get old.
So all I hear is how she's tired of always cooking.
Right.
I mean, this guy loves to cook, so if he can do it, I mean, babe, why can't you do it at home? Just saying.
So,
You ever seen a live divorce on television?
Dude,
You're
that
about
would be
to.
it.
You're
That
about
would
to.
be
You're about to see hell on high wheels
please
pull up
let
here.
him back home because he can't come stay with me.
She might be doing donuts in the parking lot looking for me.
All right, so now we got our egg yolks in here, right? And so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna pull my oil over.
Now make sure that the camera isn't here, right? So you gotta yeah.
All right, so we got our egg yolks in there. I got 2 good looking ones and 2 that are just kind of whatever. So we're gonna take this and we want to whip this down. Emulsify the egg yolks there. All right.
I do this with a
Now,
fork at
as
home.
we
It's not
do
as
this-
effective.
Really? The fork
Yeah.
is
The fork doesn't work good for me. I gotta have the whisk.
Yeah. Now, we're gonna take our lemon. You got that squeezer?
Squeezing the lemon?
Yeah, so we're gonna
gotta squeeze the
roll
juice?
this right here. Get the juice right there.
So what's that do? Just kind of loosen it up?
Yeah, so I just want to get the oils and the juice and stuff ready to go. So when we squeeze it, we actually get some juice out of it.
How do you know I'm buying a good lemon? I go in there, they all look the same to me.
Oh,
You know, like you say, like certain things you can tell differently.
some like you'll feel them and you'll feel the ripeness of them. If it's hard, you probably want to leave that one there. And then if it's too soft, then it's kind of like overly ripe. So you want to kind of right in the middle.
You want to feel a little pinch.
Yeah.
All right.
There we
The
go.
biggest tip is if you're looking to get juice out of your lemon is to have them room temperature.
Yes.
So they come straight out of the
Okay.
fridge, you can pop them in
Right.
the for 10 seconds.
Okay, that's a good tip.
Pro
So
tip.
Pro tip.
don't pull them straight out of the fridge, leave them on the room temperature or 10 seconds in the microwave.
There you go.
Or if your kids like mine actually add an extra 0, it's a whole minute. Did you know you can type 100 on a microwave and it changes it to 1 minute? It's not 100 seconds.
It's not 100 seconds.
That's tip of the day.
Boy, I tell you what, these rice tips getting better and better, y'all. These rice tips getting better and better. He hadn't even been drinking yet. Jeez. All right, I'm just grabbing the seed out of that right
All
there.
right, so we're still just squeezing
Got another
lemons,
one. So you
removing
don't
the
need
seeds.
this fancy thing right here necessarily. You just take it and squeeze it with your hand. A little elbow grease, you know?
I got one of those at home. One time a handle broke off. That really hurts when it pinches your hand too. You will scream very loud when that happens. Like you're trying to make a
more
nice
like, oh,
margarita and squeeze
yeah,
a lime next to your nose, like
yeah.
you're got a bad blood bruise on your
We'll
hand.
send that back there. That right there. So we got our lemon juice right here, right?
We're still making
got our
mayonnaise. I forgot.
Still making
mayonnaise.
mayo. Still making mayo.
Man, I just grabbed it
Still
out of the
making mayo.
fridge and opened the tube up.
So we're gonna add. So the reason the lemon juice is give it a little acidity, and so you always want to try to balance all your flavors and stuff out here.
Okay.
All right.
So how do you know how much to put in there? Like one
Yeah.
whole lemon and 4 eggs?
So you really
2
about-
lemons? How many lemons we got in there?
You really want to do about 2 tablespoons. So I already put some in there. So
All right.
that was 1. If for the measuring type,
Yeah. So keep in mind these are
boom.
yeah.
So that's 1 tablespoon.
So about 2 tablespoons and
Yep.
4 eggs. All right.
Yep. And
It's kind of like that old project when we were kids. You had to write how to make a peanut butter jelly
right,
sandwich.
right.
They're like, hey, you forgot to open the bread.
Then what we're going to do is we're going to start adding our oil.
All
So
right.
you're going to do 2 cups of oil. So what our ratio is going to be is every 2 yolks, you get a cup of oil. All right.
Cup
Got
of
that?
oil?
Cup of oil.
For-
Yep, and we're going to add this slow. So what we don't want to do is we don't want to put this in too quickly. Otherwise, it's going to get real liquidy, and it's not going to be nice and
Okay.
thick. All
So
right?
nice slow drip.
Yep.
All right.
See how that's starting to thicken up right there?
So you're gonna put, so if somebody has 2 eggs, they're putting a cup of this, what kind of oil is it?
This is just canola oil.
Canola oil,
Yeah,
okay.
canola oil there. All right. So we just kind of whip, 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 whip.
I know for my operations people at home watching this are probably going to strangle me. It's like, you're not following the rules. I need a list to go by.
Boom. See how that's starting to thicken up right there?
Mm-hmm.
We just want to add
it's
it
thickening
slow.
up.
Just want to add it slow, add it slow. Just get you a little workout too, man.
It looks a little bit like mustard.
Yeah. Right.
So this is just going to sandwiches. We're making this for the sandwiches.
Yes,
basically.
this is going to be for
All
the
right.
sandwiches. Next thing we're going to add is our horseradish. And this gives it's going to give like just a little bite to our mayo, a little bit of different taste. So you got the prime rib with a little horseradish mayo taste.
Okay.
It's going to go across your bread there. So what we're going to do is we're going to add, it's going to be about 6 tablespoons of this, all right?
Mm-hmm. You know why they call it horseradish?
I don't.
I don't either. I was hoping you would tell me.
Maybe it's a radish.
There's got to be some kind of story behind a horse. You don't just call something a horse. It's a radish.
I've
Why
never,
is it-
I've never asked that.
There's got to be a reason why the horse is in there.
This is why we went to rice.
We got to do.
Inquiring
Somebody
minds.
needs to Google that. Why do they call it horseradish?
All right, Chef Michelle's going to finish this up for us over here in the back.
She's going to stir it up.
Yep.
All right. So stirring the horseradish. How much did you put in there again?
6 teaspoons.
6 teaspoons.
6 teaspoons.
4 eggs. 2 cups of oil.
Right. And as she's doing that, she's going to add some salt and pepper to taste. That way, you got a little taste to it. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
If you're like me, you better not taste. Put your finger in there or taste test.
Hey, you're at home. Go do it.
Get a clean spoon
Do it,
to make
do
sure you
it.
test it.
All right. So next thing we're going
What's
to
up next?
do, we're going to season our meats. All right. Right behind me.
This is the fun part here.
So
This is where all the magic happens, right?
I got 3 different grades. So when you go in the store, you can, you'll see different grades of meat. Some people know what they mean. Some people don't know what they mean.
That's me. I have no idea.
All right. And so
I'm like, give me the rump roast. So like, sir, that's in the back. It's by the dumpster.
it's crazy. And so the type of meat that we're going to use, the cut of meat, is going to be our ribeye. All right. And so we got them 1 inch by 1 inch thick on each one of these. Roughly about a pound to half a pound.
All right.
In weight. Now, this one to my far, we'll start with the one in the middle. We'll start with the lowest grade. The one in the middle right here, it's a grass-fed choice. So in your grading, you go select, choice, prime, super prime.
When I go to the Sizzler, they talk all about how the grass-fed is
Sizzler
grass-fed.
still open, man?
The guy, he sells me on it. He said, it's choice meat and it's grass-fed. I'm like, well, that must be the best thing.
So-
and you're telling me it's like the lowest on the totem pole.
So yeah, so the reason that is, so what they do is they grade on the fat content.
Okay.
The marbling actually in the ribeye. Those grass-fed cows, they're pretty lean, and so they don't have as much marbling. So that's kind of why they're down there. So they can be select and they'll get up into the choice grade. And if you look at it, you'll see that this meat is pretty lean. It doesn't have a lot of the white specks and stuff in it there.
See, I thought lean was better. That's not good.
Lean's good, but fat's flavor though.
Oh, okay. Going back to the gristle.
There you go.
Going back to the
back
gristle
to the gristle,
again.
brother. Going back to the
All
gristle.
right.
So now we're going to go to our dry age prime. And so if you look at this one, now you see a little more marbling in that meat there. This is a really good steak. This is what a lot of restaurant service is their prime ribeyes and so forth.
Why do they call it dry aged?
Well, so what they've done is they put it in a holding unit, and then so it's there and it's just aging.
Like for like weeks?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How does it not go raw?
So there's the enzymes and stuff as it starts to age. That's like a preservation tool, and so that's what
Spoil.
that's why we'll do that.
Okay.
So what this right here will actually look real dark, and it'll have some growth and stuff on the outside of it. They take that, they cut it off, and then you got this nice, pretty looking thing right here on the inside there. And then the next thing we went a little really upstage with the Wagyu here. And so you'll see that one, there's tons of marble in it.
This is like from Florida, right?
It's actually Japan.
You fell for that.
I was like,
I can't believe it.
did you hear that? No. He said this from Florida, right?
Yeah.
I had to stop for a second. Are you serious? So this is the Wagyu right here. So this is the Japanese style of meat, grade of meat right here. And so what happens with that, they actually massage these cows and stuff. And so these cows
like at a salon or like out on the prairies?
Man, in a salon, man. They have seats,
well,
and chairs, and stalls and stuff.
They just rub them down.
Yeah, and so these particular cows, they're fed a lot longer. And so you'll start to see the marbling and stuff that's in the meat. And it's really pronounced in there. What it's going to give is going to give this really rich, buttery type of taste because of all the fat and marbling in there, all right?
Looks delicious.
All right.
I don't think I've ever had one of those.
Good.
Getting off that grass fed.
All right. Now, this is going to be a really simple season right here. Kosher salt and coarse ground black pepper. That's it. Now, if you want to put other stuff on there, you can, but you really want to let your meat shine. If you got a really nice prime piece of meat, you don't need a whole lot because the fats and stuff are in there. It's going to take care of itself.
Okay, you don't want to over-season it.
Yeah. And so you just take this right here. Do you know how to season like the one dude, Salt Bay?
Oh yeah, my kids tall me that. Yeah, what's the guy's Nuss Reed or something out of New York?
What's that guy's name? Salt Bay.
His real name.
I only know him as known as Salt Bay, but
yeah, Salt Bay. Yeah,
and so
I know that move. Hey, I'm hip. I'm up to date here. Okay,
you are,
I know.
you
I
are.
look like it with his hairnet.
You always
with a shower
were.
cap,
You
but trust me,
always
I'm up
were.
to speed.
You had it. So what I usually like to do at home, I always have like a salt and pepper blend just sitting around. That way you don't have to do both at the same time. But if you guys haven't mixed this up or whatnot, you just take your salt right there, little liberals, sprinkle right over the top there. You want to do that one right there?
Can y'all get that? You see that?
See that?
I think I still need to wash my hands.
You still need to
I was
wash
getting
it?
so sweaty out there because we were late by like 15 minutes. I was a nervous wreck.
I think you got enough in the shower cap up there, some sanitizer.
Yeah, I'm gonna wash my hands
over to the
here.
left
All
right here. All right, and we're gonna do that on all sides, guys. Press that a little bit there. And we're gonna flip it over. Do the same thing on the other side there.
You know what? My head is getting a little sweaty.
You a little hot in there, huh?
I'm gonna go for the hat. I'm going for the hat.
Not the Buc-ee's. Not the Buc-ee's.
When I put this on, I feel like Sly Stallone and Over the Top.
really?
Remember that movie? It's classic. If you haven't seen it in a while, you need to watch that.
Dude, if you catch any Sly Stallone movie on TV, it's classic.
Thank you. Thank
A lot
you.
of people hate on you.
I know
with
my
that.
kids are watching right now. They would love to hear that. So I've got this.
What is that, Dad?
Yeah, so I got this big canvas print of Sly Stallone, Rocky III.
Are you serious?
You know, it's
man?
his shirts off, his buckets in my game room, and
Dude.
my daughter, teenagers, they had some friends over, and they're like, "Why does your dad have a picture of himself with his shirt off on the wall?" And I was like, "I already love you already.
Right.
You're my favorite friend. You can come to my house, eat all my groceries you want,
Anytime.
So we're just salt and peppering
Yep.
and pressing it in, right?
Yep.
Salt, pepper, press in.
Oh, the other thing, make sure your steaks are at room temperature. So the reason we want to do that is for an even cook. So you don't want to pull them straight out of the fridge and go straight to the pan with them. Let them sit out for about half an hour, 45 minutes. Let them get down to room temperature. That way you get a good even cook. All right.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that now, but you've already done that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
We're ready to rock and roll. All right.
So don't refrigerate your lemons before you use them,
Yeah.
and don't take your meat out of the fridge 30 minutes before you start
There's a
doing
lot
what
of
you're doing.
rules here, man.
There's a lot,
There's
man. This is a
rules,
lot,
all right?
and yet you don't get tired of cooking.
You don't.
Just
You don't.
saying.
It becomes second nature. It becomes second nature. Or you mess up enough times to where you get to figure it out.
We talked about different cuts of meat. What are your thoughts on pot roast?
Dude, pot roast is great.
Really, you like pot roast?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Man,
We smoked the pot roast, yeah.
man, that's like, I'm like, oh, I smell steak. Oh, it's a pot roast.
Did you eat pot roast? Did you?
I'm sorry, I don't get excited about pot roast.
don't,
I'm just
man?
being honest.
Dude, man, it's so
I'm being
good.
honest.
It's so good.
Man, I don't know.
It's so good.
Something about
you
it.
Get you a really good pot roast. Like I said, we smoked one, and we took it and we put it on an open faced piece of bread, and then we had mustard, onions on top, man.
It was legit.
Yeah, we had. It was
Well, we're crock pot in ours, okay?
too late, sweetheart.
Too
It's
late.
done. It's done.
Papers are served.
Done.
Flowers.
Right?
Yeah.
I got a nice arrangement for it.
Yeah,
right
I'm gonna
there.
need that. Bring that home with me.
Oh man! All right, guys, we're almost done.
So we're just salt and pepper on both sides.
I'm sure y'all are done. Not unless y'all had a couple steaks too. All right.
They're probably drinking wine or beer or cocktail or something.
Boom. Hey, cheers.
Cheers. There we go. All right, what's next?
All right. Now.
So that's going back to sitting out on the countertop?
Yeah, so we're sitting out on the countertop. We're actually going to jump back here real quick, and I'm going to show you guys the oil that we preheated to 300 degrees for the first drop of the fries.
All right, so keep in mind, our viewers aren't doing that right now, so they're a little behind the 8 ball. Ooh. So they got they got to start preparing the oil at 300 degrees.
Yeah. So hopefully they got it turned on.
Yeah.
I didn't tell them that. All right. So
we're about to work on these fries. This is where all the magic happens back here for real. Man, look at all that. That's a big pot.
You got a pot right here. This is just for your fries. We use a deep fryer, but we wanted to make sure that you guys were kind of following along with us. I got a thermometer here that's just off the side. We want that at about 300 degrees. We're sitting at about 280 right now, which is totally fine. I'm going to turn her up just a second here.
So is that vegetable oil?
Yeah, vegetable oil.
Vegetable oil.
It's vegetable oil. Yes.
So if they're watching right now, they put as much vegetable oil they have in a pot.
Yeah,
and just crank it up.
Don't turn it on low. Actually, we want to keep this at 300. Then we're going to turn it up for the second fry.
We don't want any grease fires.
Right. Please don't.
So
please don't.
Well, if they don't have like a thermometer, how do they know it's 300 degrees?
Actually, just take a little bit of water. You'll hear a little pop, a little sizzle. If your grease is smoking, it's way too hot.
Turn it off.
Yeah, turn it off. And we'll start to see it. I wish I had a screen where I could kind of see all their stuff right there. Look at everybody's stuff right now. But when you do it, you want a nice kind of low heat for the first fry.
All right.
What we're doing there is we're pulling the first set of moisture out. So we're pulling the starch out there. Then we're going to pull moisture out with this fry. We're going to take them out. We're going to let them rest. Then we're going to fry them again for the crisp.
In the same oil.
Same oil. We just turn it up.
Okay.
We're just going to crank it up.
All right. So nice, low heat.
Low heat there.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. We're good. All right. So what's next?
All right. While we're back here, I'm just going to turn this on.
So we're going to cook in here. The steaks.
We're going to cook the steaks in here.
So get your cast iron skillet with your steaks.
Keep it on low heat for right now. We just want to make sure it's getting nice and warm. Then we're going to crank it up when we get ready to bring our steaks over, okay? And then we want this pan nice and hot, all right? Let's go. Back up front. Here. All right. Now, while that's doing that, we're going to start to work on our appetizers.
Okay.
All right? So, this stuff right here is really, really good, man. My kid even eats prosciutto because I've been eating it so much.
I like to eat it, but don't like to think about what it is. It's kind of like a good old hot link, you know. You
go.
You just go in there. You don't ask questions.
Don't ask what it is.
You don't ask questions.
Eat.
Just give me the hot links. I want a greasy bag of hot links, and that's it. And don't tell me anything else, sir.
Absolutely.
You want to know what it is? No, I want my bag to go.
So basically, what your prosciutto is cured ham, basically, and so they age it for different amounts of months. So it'll go 18, some will go 12, some will go 24, some will go 36.
Okay.
So it's just as long as you want to go. And so what'll happen is the longer you age it, the more the price and stuff is going to go up, and then you'll get that salty, pungent.
The longer it is.
Yeah.
They serve this like a lot of wine, right? You hit a wine, a good wine pairing. So how old is that?
So this one is
approximately.
This one was 20 months.
Dang.
This was 20 months.
Man.
Yeah. So this is pretty.
You gotta be patient to eat that stuff, you know.
Yeah, man. If you in the old world, you would see these things hanging up.
Yeah.
In people's restaurants, and they're just sitting there. So that's the way preservation of meat and stuff back then. So we're a little more fast paced these days.
Yeah. You don't want meat hanging in here.
Yeah, man.
Be kind of a turn off. Ladies don't like that stuff.
Are you laughing?
I got Michelle to laugh.
I got Michelle to laugh. All right. So now, next thing we want to look at is our goat cheese. We're going to take your goat cheese log, get it out. It's crumbling right here. But this is your goat cheese right here. So you know what cheese is, right?
Yeah. It's made with real goats.
What JB said, all right? So goats have milk, and so when they set it aside in the fermentation process, this cheese is what comes off the milk, all right? And then they take that and they wrap it up in like cheesecloth.
Okay.
They squeeze all the milk and stuff out. Then this is left for the cheese. Get it cold, they sit it up.
Yeah.
And there goes your goat cheese.
Do you think that'd be a better seller if they didn't call it goat cheese? You got horseradish, goat cheese,
and
I don't know. I was going with something. I don't know. Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff out here.
If that was just called like white cheese or something, like, oh yeah,
just white cheese.
I want that white cheese roll.
The thing is, there's a lot of white cheeses though.
That's true.
So
that's true. But they have names though. They have names. This is the only one that's called after a goat.
This is the other one, right?
I mean,
white cheese.
Yeah. I mean, call it something else.
So we're gonna take our goat cheese here. We're gonna get on this board here, and we're just gonna make some nice little cuts here. Don't worry if it falls apart on you.
So these are about half an inch, quarter-inch thick, quarter-inch?
Yep, right about that.
Quarter-inch thick cuts.
Quarter-inch thick cut. We'll take those, and we're just going to plate them up here. All the way down.
So you can cut that whole log like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, while you're cutting those.
There's beauty in the imperfection, so.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
Don't worry about the plating.
Yeah.
Yep. So what's your favorite thing on your menu that you like to eat?
The favorite thing on the menu?
Mm-hmm.
Brisket and ribs. If I need a change up, I'll grab one of Chef Michelle's bologna sandwiches, which she cuts up in house.
Really?
Grind up in house, yeah, man.
Homemade bologna sandwich.
Homemade bologna, bro.
That sounds like fun.
And it's not Oscar Mayer now. Don't think of that when you think about it.
Yeah, you're not opening up any plastic for that one.
It's gonna change your life, though. It's gonna change your life, like seriously.
You know, I had Spam sushi out in Oregon
Did you really?
last year, and I was like, Spam
Nice.
sushi? Come on.
Nice.
Hey, it was legit. Like, they need to bring that to Texas. I would tear it up.
That's
We had
classic.
some, you know, in Oregon they have a lot of players from Hawaii.
Okay.
You know, and there was
Yep.
one of the moms.
Dude, you remember
was out
Hawaii?
there. Oh yeah.
It's good times, man.
I was thinking about that today. I was like, did you catch the game-winning interception?
I did.
And you know who tipped it before you caught it? Your main man, JB.
Was that you?
Yep. And I was also
I
thinking
thought
about
that was Ortega that tipped that ball.
No, because Ortega wasn't playing that year.
Yeah.
That was
out.
No,
He
that was
was out.
2099 was the year you took that guy's head off.
Dude,
I was
man.
thinking about that one game that you were yelling at me on the field because I robbed you of interception.
No, what are you?
I'm going over, and I don't know you're behind me, and I knocked the ball out of your hands, and then thank God the next play I picked it off myself.
Hey, we
Totally
share the
ridiculous.
wealth. We share the
That's
wealth,
right.
man. We share the wealth.
But I got the stats for a PBU and interception.
Boom. That's dirty. That's dirty. I could have had that one. we tried to load up the stat sheets on that.
Yeah. All right, yeah, we're cooked. Yeah.
Ma, hey, that's what we want.
Yep.
Man. All right.
Yeah, I got here like 2 hours early, and there was people were crowded this place. I was like, man,
it was
isn't
crazy, man.
COVID-19
It was great.
going around? I mean, this place
Absolutely
is packed.
right.
So as packed as it can be, obviously.
Now we're gonna take our prosciutto, guys, and we're just gonna kind of fluff it up and layer it down right here.
You like making
right
a
over the
flour
top.
or something?
Yeah, man. You know, you just
Like a
gotta
meat flour.
Make it real pretty, like, you know.
That's what they should do for men is do meat bouquets. Like if somebody sent me if my wife sent me a meat bouquet,
Dude.
and it got delivered to me at the office,
All over
I would.
it.
I mean, talk
All
about
over it.
and everybody, all the guys come over. We have prosciutto
Dude, man.
and
Hey, I'm telling you.
thin cut roast beef. I'm
You
telling
on
you.
to something. Hey, y'all, did y'all hear that? Ma, you heard that? Dad needs that. Talk about our meat bouquets. Just gonna lay it right over the top.
I would tear up a meat bouquet.
Yeah, just so good, man.
So we're just twisting them, laying them on the cheese.
Yeah, man. Take your bite.
Who's one of your like biggest competitors around here, you think, or big in town? Like you're a Texas Monthly top 50 barbecue place, which by the way is a big deal. I mean,
Everybody,
there's like
man.
a million barbecue joints in Texas.
That's the, you gotta fight for your customers around here, man. It's you got a lot of competition. So in this particular area, you got Pinkertons, you got Burns Barbecue, you got Damaris, Gabby's. What's that?
You know, I can call some of my boys back in the country, and they can go like stage a rat
I'm sure they can
infestation
go
or
for
something
it.
there, and we can run them out of town. It'd be called Pinkertons, like Stankertons.
Stankertons.
Stankertons. I can't go to Stankertons. They had rats there last week.
It's just a mess.
I can have Marv. I will sneak in the kitchen and pour all kinds of slime back there.
So terrible. So
All right,
terrible.
so what is this right here?
So now this is our fig spread
All right,
that I
yeah.
had you guys get. So
Fixed bread. It's just that's it? Just fixed bread?
Yeah, it's just fixed bread. Chef Michelle took it back, put it in the microwave for like 10, 15 seconds.
So you microwave your fixed bread.
Yeah, just to loosen it up just a little. Otherwise, it'll be a little bit thick on you. And you just take it right here.
So microwave your fixed bread for like 10, 15 seconds, a little cup. Yep. Spread it on.
Spread it right over the top.
By the way, that meat is legit.
Nice sheen to it right there.
So we always talk about in the mortgage business about differentiating yourself from the competition.
Absolutely. just to take some of the water off.
Yep.
So
these are those starch-free potatoes we talked about.
Yeah. Let's cut this down.
Is that a Ginsu knife? I bet you can cut through a Coke can with that, can't you?
You can.
I mean,
you can.
everybody's mom back in the late 80s, early 90s bought a Ginsu knife. They saw that commercial, late night TV.
Stop it, man.
It's like, I'm getting myself a Ginsu. Shows up, cuts good for a week, and then it goes bottom of the drawer, never seen it again.
What are we doing with that?
Yeah. It turns into a butter knife.
That's that catch-all knife drawer.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're just going to keep pat drying those right there. Boom. Now, we're going to take these to the kitchen. With our oil there. And we're just going to start dropping. Don't burn yourself. Yeah, so you have a little ladle that you got in basket, but I'm not sure if everybody has those at home. So you want to lay these over crowd them. Well, you got to do this next.
How long is it going to cook?
This is lunch. But it's totally
Here. That's a man's right there.
and still, that's what you bring.
Yeah.
We got some right. You just get.
Barbecue days with Coke.
You know what?
Yeah, but not a whole lot.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of shocking that you're trying to sell.
Yeah. I've been going out to eat for, since May 1st.
Yeah.
And your place is the busiest place I've been to since May 1st. I tell you,
Dude, man,
I was surprised. We had
we had to stop and lock the door.
Yeah. Tell people they can't come in.
That all the time.
Really?
Yeah, that happens well in the morning. And then we finish up dinner at 6. And so a lot of times people are just getting home. So they
back here working.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah.
So we're just going to hover over this for the next.
No, so we're just going to move that around for a second right there. Michelle's going to take a look at that, and then we'll pop back up.
All right.
Let's hold it. Let's check this real quick.
Don't try that at home, kids. All right, kids, do not put your hand. Dealing with a professional here, and Greg has no feeling in his hands.
I don't.
He doesn't even know if that worked or not.
I really don't.
He just did that for effects.
That's awesome. All right, so we got our first fry on our potatoes right there. When we take that one out, we're gonna let them cool off. Then we're gonna put the second batch in, and we'll let those cool off. And we're gonna spin them out. All right. So we got that. Next thing we're gonna do is we got our pan preheating already for our steaks and stuff back there. So we're gonna get ready to do that in a second. But first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our onion. But she left one right here for demonstration. So we'll just take this right here and just gonna peel this back. I usually take the knife and just hit a little slit right there.
Mm-hmm.
And you peel that layer of onion back right there. Boom. We'll take the edge off.
Now, I actually wear safety goggles when I cut onions. I will cry. I'm telling you, dude. I'm actually going to back up because I'm going to get teary-eyed. I'm telling you, I wimp out.
No, man, you're going to be perfect.
No, I seriously go out and get like those goggles you see like, scientists wear.
Yeah.
Because I will tear up.
Put your onion down flat, and then you're just going to start from one side and work your way all the way over, all right?
Okay.
So Over, come on back down the other way. All right. If you don't do it that quick, it's okay. Just do it so you don't lose a finger. All right.